Hey Aries, I hope you guys are doing really well. I want to go ahead and get into a relationship reading for you. I've already got the cards out. I did this just so I could absorb the message and also not have to shuffle a bunch online, just because I don't want to deal with like upload time and all that stuff. So the faster the better. I'm sorry, I'm turning things on over here. So yeah, feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment if you wish. And if you're seeking a personal reading, my info is in the description box below. Aries, from whomever this is resonating, it feels like there's a transitory period here with a situation that may have been ended in the past, but that was due to somebody's lack of showing up. It was due to somebody's minimal effort, or how they presented themselves may have been almost like a mirage, like, oh, it's not enough is how I feel here. And that was kind of where you put your foot down. Maybe this is the other way around, where somebody may have done that with you, but it feels like, it's like, you know what? No, I don't want any time wasters. I don't need that. And the thing about it is it feels like there's a lot of confusion about feelings in this situation, especially with maybe who you were dealing with. It feels like you're open, or it felt like you were open to this situation initially, but it also feels like deep feelings were not allowed to be explored, or maybe they were explored to a certain degree, but somebody wasn't able to expand upon that or allow more in. It feels here that there was like, it feels almost quick. It feels like this may have started and ended pretty quickly, or at least it didn't take a long time for you to get to the point where this situation kind of like finalized, or your efforts were no longer involved in there. I feel that there's an energy here where somebody is very much in their feelings right now, but also addressing certain matters within them when it comes to how they connect to love, or how they express love, or how they show their engagement in the energy of love and connection here. When I say engagement, I don't mean sticking a ring on your finger. I mean how they engage with energies of love and connection and intention. Because it feels like somebody showed up very either non-committal or just very playful, not really more like, let's play around. And I don't feel like that was what you wanted. And I feel here that there's an energy that you just kind of were like, no, I'm done with that. I don't need to be involved with people like that in my life. So no. And even to this point now, it feels like you're still kind of like in this, like, no, I reject. But there's an energy of persistence here, or it feels like it's going to become persistent here, where somebody is going to be of the energy where it's like, let me prove it to you. Let me show you. Let me let's at least like find some harmony here. Let's at least be able to try and like get beyond this hurdle, is what it feels like, just because I feel like somebody showed up initially in a way that wasn't giving their all. It wasn't giving enough at all. More of a childish energy. And so it's like, to this current point, we are still rejecting this. And the one thing that may change or may help you reconsider is how somebody shows you through their actions. But it feels like this person, if they are to do anything or move something forward here, it would be for the intention of the long haul. Also, for some of you, there may have been an energy of fear regarding children, or maybe this person didn't want children and maybe you do. There may have been an energy of a mismatch there. It feels like there may be some sort of consideration here in regard to that. It's like, well, what might that look like? Maybe that was brought up too early, or maybe that idea or thought was like too much for somebody to kind of handle, and so they didn't treat this in a manner that was reflecting their like stayed energy. Here it feels here, Aries, that somebody is working very hard, or you are working very hard on, I feel it's them, to prove what is most important here, to satisfy somebody's like, what it's like, how do you approach the Empress is basically what we have here. How do you approach the Empress to make sure that she can be put at ease in regard to how you show up. And the way that this is happening is, first of all, we have a lot of page energy here. Page of Wands in reverse, Page of Cups. Page of Pentacles, Empress energy. And this deck is more for clarifying. These are the initial cards that were pulled. So I'm clarifying here. But the energy, Aries, is like, how do I make true stride, true effort to show somebody that I am serious? And it feels like there can be a change here. And it doesn't have to just be about children and not wanting children, but there's an effort here that needs to be made to prove that I have substance. I'm not a child. I'm not running from my feelings or running when things get real. But it feels here that there's also a lot of rejection and a lot of like pushing away. You have the Four of Cups, the Seven of Wands, and the Four of Cups again. The Four of Cups over here is clarifying the Seven of Wands. It's like actively rejecting. And it feels like that was past energy. And then here with this Four of Wands in the present energy, you have the Three of Pentacles and you have the Five of Wands. So it's like to try and find some sense of harmony here with this person, or like to try and want to do it again. It leaves conflict. That's what it feels like here. It's like, why should I? What is the point? What can you show me? And then what you can show me is this, which is the Eight of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, which is like, okay, let me show you then. Let me work on that. Let me work on me. And you have like this opportunity to shift things. At the bottom of the deck, I will say here too, in this deck, we have the Lovers, and at the bottom of the other deck, we have the Moon. So again, there's a nod to emotional confusion or not knowing what somebody wanted emotionally. But the way that they're viewing you here, Aries, is the Empress, which is it's an exalted energy, and she comes clarified by the Sun. So there's an energy of positivity and growth here, but it really will, I almost feel like you're giving somebody a hard time, or like somebody's giving somebody a hard time, just because it's like, well, prove it to me. Show me how. What are you going to do? Show me how. You know, that's the energy that's showing up here. And with the Page of Pentacles being here as well, this is saying, okay, well, let me show you how. Let me work on this. But also, like, it takes some time. It takes some time. Let me show you how to do it. Or let me show you how I'm going to do it. And then here, moving forward into the future energy, we have the Fool with the Nine of Wands, which indicates the potential for a beginning or the potential for change here. But it also, clarifying it, you have this Nine of Wands, which is like, well, should I do that again? Is this something that I can do again? Like, should I? I'm anxious about it. I'm nervous about it. But if you look at the back, if you look at these wands here, I don't know if that's focused or not. There's leaves on them. The leaves indicates growth, change, seasonal change. So maybe we're entering into a new season. Maybe we're entering into a new time frame here, where if taking a risk in this regard can be done, then try it. See what it does. You know, it feels like somebody's very shaken though, and it feels like somebody was rebuffed. And it's like, it really involves, oh my gosh, these are stuck. It really involves a lot of uncertainty about feelings and desires here, hidden desires, you know, but this is like a judgment call on your part, Aries. It's like somebody needs to take action here and show that how they show up is with intention. It's like clarifying, it's allowing change to happen. I'm trying to show this card without like holding up this World card, just because, oh, you know what? She's got boobs. YouTube is weird about that. So we have the Knight of Wands, the World card, and then there's the King of Swords within that. Aries, this energy is about change. It's about transformation. But with the World, it says, you know what? What is that? It just came in my ear here really quick. I don't know the term exactly, and I don't know where it comes from, but if I say it, I feel like some of you will understand. when I was a child, I did childish things, and now that I'm a man, I do manly things. I don't know. I don't know. You guys figure that out. If you need to comment in the comments, let me know, because I don't know where that comes from or exactly how to say the phrase. But when I was a child, I just did childish things. It's talking about growing up here and being more present, being more dedicated here, showing it though through action. But with the world here, it says, you know what? This can lead to success. This can lead to an opportunity where we can have this clarity should we allow this change to happen. And then the final cards here, the final card is the Two of Cups, and it's clarified by the Queen of Pentacles here, which is a great combination. And again, there is kind of like a nod to children or pregnancy or motherhood or the potential for that, but maybe that is also moving along in the future. Maybe there's a shift in somebody's perspective, or like the intention to connect deeper so that that could be a possibility. You know, some people don't want to think about that, you know. Here it feels that there is a considerable intention shift, and like we are making efforts to put energy towards this again, or to change it entirely so it's coming out in like Technicolor is how I feel. And then I split the deck here, and we have the Three of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune here. Underneath the Wheel of Fortune, you have Strength, and under that you have the Six of Swords. So with this energy, Aries, it's telling me that through patience and through showing action here, things can change. Also, I do want to say with this combination, Aries, oftentimes with the Wheel of Fortune, this indicates where people show up in our lives that are supposed to be there. You know, everybody shows up for a reason, but here it almost feels like highlighted, like with the Wheel of Fortune, this is energies that we cycle with. These are people that we can grow with and change our lives with. This indicates fated events, opportunities that are like karmically drawn. And please don't get freaked out when I say karmically drawn. I know there are a lot of people on YouTube, a lot of readers that will say, oh, that's a karmic. Oh, that's a soulmate. That's a twin flame. That's a life partner. That's a blah, blah, blah. Whatever. They're all karmic connections. Like they all carry some level of karma with them. It's what you do with it and how you treat it and how you nurture it that changes that type of experience. So don't be freaked out about karma or a karmic partner. Like they're all varying shades of karmic energy no matter what. It's what you do with it and it's how you treat it. And it feels here that somebody is aware or being made aware of their feelings. And now here, with this moon at the bottom of the deck, under that you have Judgment, which is all about choice, direction, and change. And also acceptance, because there's a decision that is also accompanying this experience for it to change and become something different here. So if you have somebody that is like in your life that is like, wait, let me show you that I can, let me be present, I feel like this person would like to show that to you. I'm going to get one card for Aries. Self-improvement on all levels. And then at the back of it, after all, tomorrow is another day. Which it feels here, Aries, that's very much what I'm talking about. Like self-improvement on all levels. This is change in perspective, change in understanding, but it's both people that have to do that, you know? And then at the underneath it, after all, tomorrow is another day. It's indicating let's have patience in how things unfold, but let's allow them to unfold. Let's allow them to be malleable and available to something taking shape here in a different direction and a different way. Bottom of the deck, you have the Lovers, and directly under the Lovers here, you have the Six of Wands. So that is an indication of success. Under that, you have the Emperor or the High Priestess here. This is success that may be unseen or unforeseen. The energy, though, is one of healing and change and growth. even here, we have the Page of Cups and the Page of Pentacles showing up. So showing up, starting things from the beginning, apologies, understanding that the direction that we need to take may be long, but it's worth it. And if you do want children, that may also be part of it. Maybe there are children involved. Maybe that is why somebody said no. You know, sometimes children are deal breakers. For me, I've dated men with children, and as much as I love the children, and that was something that was, I feel, important for me to be part of that child's life in that time frame, it's not something that I would want to continue, because personally, I do not want children. You know, I don't want children, and nothing against kids, but I don't want them. I like, you know, I like to be able to have that freedom. And maybe I'm not gonna list all my selfish reasons why, but I do. I want that sense of freedom. And, you know, for me, dating men with children at this time, maybe I'll change my tune one day, but who knows? Either way, though, it feels like there is an effect, or effectively we're seeking self-improvement on all levels. I'm sorry, my handwriting is chicken scratch. And then after all, tomorrow is another day. This says, you know, shift can come if we allow it, but let's allow it, you know, let's see where it can go. And if somebody is willing to put in the work and effort here, Aries, give them a chance. Because it seems like they see you in a very high way, in a very high regard here. I mean, this would be playing for keeps, most definitely. So however you want to soften your energy or approach here, and however this person may want to come forward more intentionally, it feels like that's happening here. I'm going to read you the, we also have Between Worlds here. I'm going to read you the relationship energy about that, because I don't know it exactly. This is a time to explore the new energy between you and another. It is not a moment for certainty, but rather for discovery and curiosity. You don't yet know if this will last forever, so allow yourself to explore who you are and what is reflected back at you. This relationship is meant to educate you about yourself. What do you need? What do you like or dislike? What values are important to you? You are in a critical phase of your relationship that is not to be dismissed or hurried. So, with that being said, be available to the healing that can happen here between the two of you. No matter which direction it goes, healing is a success. Healing is what we are here to do, right? So however you slice it, be kind to each other, be kind to yourself, and try to be open to change happening, because that's what it feels like is going to happen. So that's what I have for you, Aries. I hope that this reading is helpful. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment if you wish. And if you're seeking a personal reading, my info is in the description box below. Take care.